Good morning, everyone. I want to give you kind of my backstory of kind of what's been going on. I've been a healer and a medical intuitive for quite a few years. And then I had a lot of changes happen when clients started to, um, you know, leave the planet when they were ready to, go on with their journey. And I always respect that because it's such a powerful thing to watch people go from the healing journey into accepting what's coming and then moving forward. Now, the other day I had gone for a medical treatment to just do my regular JJ, checkup and everything and find out if there was anything going on. I see another person out of state so that I can keep up with my, beautiful hormones and things like that I've been on. And things that we don't talk about, but we're going to have to start talking about it because we're having to make some big changes with our, understanding of what's kind of happening. And so I've been, going through kind of these informations that was given to me. So when I get the test done with my JJ, everything with the JJ is clear, everything's fine with that, great. Then I go in because I had a tenderness on the left side of my breast and more towards the bottom. And because I'm a massage therapist, it felt more like lymphatic, but she still wanted me to get that checked out immediately. And I had wanted to go in and get a colonoscopy. And then they ended up basically saying to me, well, we have over 3,000 people, so we can't see you right now. So when the pap smear came back, everything was good. Then I went to the radiologist to get the stuff done. So I get into the doctor's area in the waiting room. They take you to the special area. You're kind of sitting in a room by yourself for a few minutes, and then the woman with the radiology place who takes all the pictures. Now, they took my breast and smashed it into bits, and I've had a lot of issues and being sore afterwards, which nobody ever really talks about. And so what happened with me on that whole situation, I'm sitting here going, okay, this is kind of intense. She's, doing the look. She's looking at the left side, they put you into the machine and, getting, the breast smashed downward. And that was quite painful. And then they take it and then they squeeze it even 2 more times. So I had been saying to her, do women pass out on this? Because this is kind of intense. And I'm personally never going to do that again. And this was just from having done this type of testing way back 10 years ago. So this was another baseline that they were wanting to get. So here I am getting the other one done. And all of a sudden, she's told, throw me into the room, come back, throw me into the room, come back. She's getting really agitated. And they are saying that there's something on the right side. But she's not really finding anything, but she can't say that. So then they put me into another room, and they do the actual ultrasound. And then I'm just sitting there. I'm looking at the breast tissue as it's on the machine next to me and stuff, and I see a shadow underneath my right side. And so I'm like, okay, this is really weird. And she goes out of the room. She's sort of agitated, but she's not agitated at me. She's agitated at the situation that they're being put in. And when I get to the front after all of that, no, I don't even think it was that. I was been sitting in the room, and she walked out and came back. Really tall guy who came walking into the room, and he's like, nice to meet you, and I wanted to let you know, and I'm sorry to tell you this, but you've got breast cancer on the right hand side there. And so we're going to take a look at it for the next 6 months. to see what develops from this. And I just looked over at the girl. She's rolling her eyes. I'm reading the room. I'm an empath. He's full of shit. But I still need to pay attention to this just in case there is something. But I'm not going to wait 6 months. It's taken me a few weeks to find another facility to be able to get my, tatas looked at. These are important to us. And, do I want to have surgery? I'm not doing radiation. That I already know. I'm not going to do any of that. I don't, want to go and do that. They're fine with pulling anything out. Like if I were to find out that I had cancer in the colon, because that's why I initially went in, not all these other tests because I hadn't had them done in a while. And so, I'm going to continue doing stuff. I've been helping people for so many years and I have information, but there's new information that's coming around. And right now with the purple revolution going on, I found out that the purple potato that helps women with the C word, and broccoli sprouts and some other things. So I'll be putting up more tips on that part of it. This was, this is a journey that all of us women are going to be kind of going through. We're going to have to revolutionize the United States here when it comes to our medical care. If they're going to be eliminating everything that we've got, we've got to come together as a group of people that are going to take our power back. Because our system is going to be broken now that everybody's getting their Medicaid and all of these other SNAP benefits and all of that being taken away. So the fact that my pap smear on the JJ came out clean, but here it is, now I've got some sort of breast cancer and everything else. I was really sore for days because they kept going up and up in this one section of my chest. And they kept putting that machine and smashing my chest over and over. And it was really awful. And I don't think a lot of people really understand it until they're going into these tests and stuff. We've created it to be a taboo, and it's not always a straight line, us trying to figure out how we're going to manage all of these things. But we can come together as a community, and, start doing the breath work, which is part of the stuff that I've been teaching. And I've got some links below so that you can start doing that. I'm finally found the platform I want to be on to actually do the more community type based stuff. It took me a few minutes to figure that out because there is quite a few of them. I was with Webinar Jam years ago, but they had a lot of technical problems at the time. And so I was kind of, turned off on all of that type of thing. And then I went with another one and that didn't work either. So, I can get the information on, I can't get the content on. So anyway, it's kind of bizarre. So, listen, hopefully you'll want to follow and start taking a look at things that we need to be doing as a purple revolution here in the United States. And I'm Native American and Italian. So I have an interesting mix. I've got the Native part of me is tired of all this stuff that's going on. And everybody wants the system to break down until it starts to break down and nothing happens because everybody's in a place of fear and all these other confusing things that they're creating amongst us. So I could be putting up videos every day. Tomorrow will be the broken system, and then we have to start to rely on our system and ourselves alone, and then the emotional impact that it's going to have on everybody. The United States might have a huge amount because sudden and emotional shock on losing your benefits, sudden and emotional shock is going to be putting pressure on women and their families. And so breast cancers and things like that coming from sudden and emotional shock. When I had been teaching about this years ago, some people call it epigenetics, but there's some other systems that are out there that are just as powerful that I had, been studying. But I want people to start taking that power back and start breathing through the pain and the betrayals and stuff, because we have a really deep wound here in the States. Why people would continue choosing somebody that's going to do so much harm to them, that is a convicted, schmacebist, and some other weird things that are happening. And we've got the core wound that we need to be dealing with. So hopefully you'll stop scrolling for a half a second, take a look, because what I have to say is really important. It'll be through what we're doing through with the Purple Revolution right now. The red hats and the blue hats need to come together in a way that we've never done before here. And that'll make purple. And then we'll end up having to be, we get along and we are more alike than not. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. I noticed it back in 2016 that there were rallies going on in different parts of the state here, and the red hats would show up and the Black Lives Matter people would show up right across the street from each other, and this was all on a particular platform. And so you start to see these behaviors and patterns. So it's been going on for quite a while. So we need to come together as a nation under God, as they state. We really need to understand what that truly means and get away from this red and hat and blue hat things. It's not going to work. It's going to continue making problems, and they're counting on it. We need to make the change here. So hopefully you'll want to follow on with my journey a little bit. I did, go back. So I'll talk to you guys about it tomorrow, about going back to the radiology and having to talk with them and saying, well, if you think that I have breast cancer, then why didn't you take a biopsy? Why are you making me wait 6 months so that I can think about it and worry and stress and create an emotional shock around having breast cancer? And so it's like, what do you want to do? My husband's more freaked out about it than I am. I got more angry about it because I really feel the guy was full of shit, but I'm still going to pay attention. So I have another appointment coming up in about 2 weeks now. It seems like October's going by very fast. And you guys will come along to the appointment. More than likely they won't let me film or anything like that, but you can at least be in there, and I can at least see what's kind of going on. And I'm just going to get the right side done because they didn't find anything on the left side, even though I had, inflammation on that side. I've been working with WildFit and some other programs. One of the other keto people, I've been following his food techniques and stuff, and doing some of the learning how to cook, because I found out that I'm allergic to a lot of products on the market. Bread to corn, soybeans I've been allergic to for years, a lot of different things in food. And so I've had to really take out a lot of stuff that was creating a lot of inflammation. And according to a lot of information that I've been learning from just various sources and things, healing the body from some pretty swollen areas that have been on my body for a long, long time. But I've been working really hard with learning about the microbiome in our gut and everything, and understanding that we've really torn it up with all of these antibiotics and things that we've been put on. And I had really interesting surgery when I was in my 20s, and the doctor had cut me open and said that I had, because initially he thought I had endometriosis, because he was an infertility doctor. He worked with women and people that couldn't give birth. And he's like, you've got one of the best baby making machines he's ever seen. And he wanted me to be a surrogate mother right off the bat, right out of surgery. He's like, there's nothing wrong with you. And it was a gallbladder. Actually, it was gallbladder radiating through my stomach, thinking that it was some sort of woman issue. And I've had a thyroid problem since my 20s that they had discovered. So I've been working with this and the reasons why I got into massage and doing the herbology and those types of things. Got certifications at the wazoo here. But now it's time to be able to expand this energy and give it on now and pass it on and pay it forward to everybody. There's going to be some links in there on some of the breath stuff that I'm going to be doing. If you're interested in that, it's like $44 to do some breath work, start learning how to take your energy back, and then I'll be giving tips and tricks. And today's first one was the purple potato, along with the other purple, it was the purple revolution of the United States. So the purple potato is supposed to help everything with the C, and I've been just eating it plain. I don't put butter on it or salt or anything because I'm creating it as a type of medicine for my cute little body. And so the more tips and tricks that I'll be giving, I'm looking forward to kind of working with y'all and creating a community. It's taken me a minute to figure out what I wanted to work with, how I was going to contribute to what's going on here and the chaos that's going to ensue. This will be a safe place to come. I don't care if you're sensitive. I don't care if you're a red hat, blue hat. We're all purple. So let's move forward together from a place of love and understanding that our neighbors are not our enemies. And because I'm beginning to see certain things in my own neighborhood that have me concerned. So anyhow, you guys, I will see you tomorrow on the broken system and why women are going to have to start paying attention to their own lives. And then I'll be giving tips and tricks on some of the food. Oh, the broccoli was the one I had talked about. All right, guys. You guys always have a blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Don't forget to take a links, and all those wonderful things. I always forget that stuff at the bottom. Bye, guys.